nobody wants to do hard things. Like,
Yeah,
I don't go,
yeah.
I would really love to do something hard. That
Yeah.
sounds terrible. I mean, it just does. But when you don't have other options, it is what it is. And so you have to suck it up and move forward. Like, you can't, what are we to just dwell in it and let it just eat us alive? Like, no. And Steven said a really wise thing. I think Crew was like maybe 3. He was like, okay, this is enough. And I was like, what? He's like, we're done mourning him. And I was like, what? He's like, okay, so we're done. We're going to move on and we're going to have a happy life and it's going to be great. But we're not going to mourn what could have been forever. And it just was like mind blowing to me. I was like, what? But it was true because it was a death. It was a death of the life you thought you would have, the relationship, the future. It blows up my relationship with my husband. It changes work. I mean, everything is always kind of centered of like, what are we doing, with Crew, which is totally fine. But there is a like, okay, because we can't let it just eat us alive.
Hey there. Thank you for waking up with Happy Ass, where we come together to grow in mind, body, and spirit so we can turn and go out and make the world a brighter and sweeter place to live for ourselves and for others. Y'all, I'm freaking the freak out. I'm so happy. I have like a little crush on you. I have like a girl crush on you.
Love it.
I do, and I try to do everything you do. And
my God.
Remember, I tried to do the eyeshadow.
eyeshadow.
I looked horrible. So, y'all, if you don't know, this is Lacy Branch Counts.
Hello.
And I'm so happy to have her on here with me.
Oh,
and I'm going to use
excited.
I'm going to use some words to describe you. Okay?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, yeah.
Start with like hot mess.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah, those are in everything. Okay, so I'm gonna start with just some normal things. You're an owner of the Yard Bar. You're a wife to Stephen Counts. You're mama to Crew. Your daughter to Johnny and Alice.
Yeah, Jimmy and Alice. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, Johnny's the other one. There's lots of us.
Yes, Jimmy.
There's so many branches.
Jimmy,
crazy.
the one that was driving everybody around. But he's so precious. I love having time with it. So Jimmy and Alice. And these are the things I'm going to describe you as: hilarious. Very, very smart. Insightful, creative, hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Hilarious, kind. You are authentic. And did I say hilarious? And you have a big, big, big heart.
Oh, thank you. That's very generous.
Did I miss anything? Did I miss an adjective?
Well, just a little crazy. I am crazy and a hot mess. I would add that in. Just trying to survive the day most of the time. But
well, I had a podcast the other day where I talked about that in one of my individual podcasts. It was how I talked about it was. Are you familiar with Brene Brown?
Yes, yeah.
I say Brene Brown. I love her. So Brene Brown, shame researcher, she said that what happened one day was one of her daughter's her daughter's teachers called her up and said, "Listen, I didn't understand what you did, but now I do.
Okay.
Your daughter made a big mess in the classroom, had glitter everywhere."
Yeah.
And I walked in and I said, "You are such a mess." And her daughter said, "I am not a mess. Yeah. I made a mess."
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's incredible.
Isn't that cool?
What a good mama.
I know.
Yeah, to instill that in her.
Well, so I also want to say this. This is crazy to me because I probably have like, I don't know, 1,700 followers.
Awesome.
Followers. I'm from Alabama.
I love it.
I'm sorry. So, followers on Instagram, and you have got over 80,000
it's
followers
crazy
on Instagram.
Yeah. I don't know how they keep finding me, but I'm just chugging along.
Because
it's nuts.
Because you're authentic. You're hilarious. You say things that all of us want to say, but we cannot say.
Well, I can't get fired, So I'm like, well, I'll just say what I feel like saying. So
it is so, and we so relate to it. And some of them I go back and watch over and over again. So when did you start doing that?
So I really started the Instagram stuff when COVID hit. We were living in Chattanooga at the time, and I was just, most honestly, it was just for my friends. Like, they just thought it was silly. I'm basically just talking about my day and how my kid had made me mad, or I do a lot of construction, so it's always about DIYing some project, and it was just silly. So instead of showing like this glamorous before and after pictures, it was really more about like how bad that process sucked, and how it's like, I'm dying trying to repaint the ceiling. What was I thinking? And so it just kind of snowballed, but really like last fall, I had one reel that just took off. It was just a silly coffee reel. And my girlfriend had texted me and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Lacy, I think you're going viral." And I was like, "No way." She's like, "Yeah." And I looked, I had like 30,000 views, and then I had 100,000. They get up to, I think it's at like almost 8 million views of that one reel. And that kind of catapulted. So I just started slowly getting 5,000 followers a week, and then it would add 10,000 more. And then just, it kind of it became a little thing. It's crazy. But there's just people from all over the country, all over the world. I'll get messages from like Australia or like, and I just keep going, I'm from Panama City. How did you find my account? It's
because
crazy.
it's the internet.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, whatever. I have no idea what I'm doing, which is
which is a great
that's all
topic.
I ever
We're
do.
definitely going to talk about that.
I'm like, I don't know.
When I tell you that I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
doing,
I mean, all the time.
I do not.
Yeah, I just roll with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So that is so amazing to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk to you about some of the ones that you did that just absolutely slayed me, just killed me. And so I went back because I watch them all the time. I always watch them.
Thank you.
But I saw the one about the laugh camp.
Yeah. Literally.
I live a laugh camp every day. I mean, that's my life is laugh.
Yeah, I love doing like a little split where like it's just a silly video that I'll find online. I'll save it and do a split and just me commentating at because nothing is planned, which you can really tell. Like I don't have
That's how I live my life.
I just say what I'm saying. And my girlfriend actually told me, she's like, I feel like when you're doing your Insta stories, this is exactly like what you sound like on the phone with me. I was like, that's what I want it to sound like. I don't want anything to sound salesy or weird. It's just like, all right, follow along this hot mess day. There's just nothing pre-planned. It's very off the cuff.
That's why all my stuff.
Yeah, which is like no pressure for me because I'm like, I didn't miss a line because there wasn't one.
It's so funny because I started my podcast during COVID.
Yeah.
I started it as a daily podcast of inspiration to help people and stuff like that. And you're going to freak out. I did it for 4 straight years.
Wow.
Every day.
That's tremendous.
Every day.
That's a lot of work.
And even though I'm not amazing, the one thing I have been is consistent.
That's
I've
incredible.
been so consistent and consistently doing what I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, definitely at the beginning, I had like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like I didn't really treat my account like a business account. I treated it more like still posting a lot about my kid or like, look how cute I am or whatever. And so I was talking to a girlfriend of mine and she was like, she does Instagram for a living. And she was like, you need to like go all in or all out. Like you got to pick one like this. Yeah. And I was like, honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to be like, look at Lacy trying to be an influencer. You look so stupid. And she's like, you're going to look stupid. She's like, people are going to talk bad about you. You're going to look stupid. And then you're going to blow up and you're going to be like, in your face. You know what I mean? Like, look at me. I did it. And she was right. So I deleted everything off my account that wasn't a reel. So I don't have anything but reels. I have no pictures. It's really just kind of directed about my life and what I'm doing. And because I knew one day something's going to hit. And so when you go to my account, I want people going, oh my gosh, I love all these videos, not just that one sporadic one that took off. Like I want lots of them to take off.
Right.
And so when it did, I was like, wow, this is why I'm getting followers, not just views. Because there's a big difference with the algorithm is views over followers. So it's been really interesting. But I have a couple girls that are from Panama City and they've been so encouraging and they do this and they know way more than me. So I'm always like, what am I doing? Help me with this, help me with that. So it's been really nice. It's a good little community. So
it makes me so happy. So
it's really fun.
The one of them that I went back and watched again and some of them I just sit there and laugh out loud by myself. And in fact, today I was going back through because I always like to prepare for my podcast with my friends and stuff. And really, I thought I would never get you on because I called you a while back, but I know you're so busy between
it's been crazy.
Your son.
Life's just kicking my butt.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm trying to get on Karen's podcast.
I understand because that's
you're so
my life. It is stupid. But so I was going back through some of your videos today when I was sitting in the parking lot before my first meeting. I always work everywhere I am. So you were talking about when Stephen took your coffee pot away.
Yeah.
So number one, why did he take your coffee pot away?
Well,
and what did you replace it with?
He replaced our coffee pot, which I already felt like was fancy enough. Like there was like a lot of grinding and buttons with like, it looks like a barista one where you have to like measure out, weigh, then you have to grind it, then you have to take it to another machine and pack it and then measure the water and the weight.
I have one of those downstairs.
I was like, this is going to kill me. Like, so I heard, you know what? I don't drink a lot of caffeine anymore because I literally just don't have the time to do it. I'm like, you took away my baby. I loved that coffee maker. But he brought it down to Yard Bar, but he just thought it was fun. He's really into coffee. So,
well, I am too.
Yeah, he's obsessed. He roasts his own beans. Like he's really...
I'm super into coffee too. In fact, I get kind of aggravated when people talk about giving up coffee. Go, why?
I don't think it's that bad for you, right?
It's not bad for you. But
I did have an energy drink the other day that about took me out. So I won't be doing energy drinks. I've never had a Celsius.
I don't do energy
It almost killed me.
No.
I had like a panic attack. I was like, I guess I can't handle that much caffeine all at once. I had to like lay on the floor with my feet up in the air.
They're not good for you.
I couldn't do it.
They're not good for you.
It took my I don't know, it was adrenaline rush or it was like anxiety just through the roof. I was like, what is happening? I was sweating. I'm like, this is bizarre. So no energy drinks for me. I'm good.
They're really not good for you.
Yeah.
This was a while back. So I'm curious. Someone asked you right here on air and, so you bought an exercise bike a while back.
Yeah.
Now, are you using the exercise bike or is it a coat rack?
My dad's my neighbor. I moved next door to my parents, and he put the bike together for me. He sent it to me literally 5 minutes ago. I was like, okay, so I am going to do it. I just never even took it out of the box. But yeah, so I do have a reel I'm supposed to be posting on that, being like, look at me trying to work out, which I am going to do. With a 9-year-old, and I'm so slammed with working out from home, I was like, okay, this might actually work. Like I could do it in the middle of the night. Like it's just, I can't work out away. I'm just too slammed, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it'll be fun.
Because I have to get up at 4 a.m. to work out.
It's brutal. Yeah.
But you can't leave crews.
Yeah.
I can leave.
Yeah.
I can leave them for just a short while because they're 12 and 14. Praise baby Jesus. Yeah. So I can do that. Yeah, so then I said, I was wondering if you ever actually use it or not. But I love it. You said, follow me on my journey of medium health.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get ripped. I would just like to fit in my pants. You know what I mean? Like these are like, let's stair step it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of intimidating jump to be like, I want to wear a thong bikini. It's like, no, I just want to fit in my old shorts. That's it.
Well, you know what one of my goals was when I was working, because Jennifer, which you know very much.
Oh, I love
Jennifer Berg is my fitness coach. But what is funny about it is she's become way more than, I tell her stuff that I tell no.
Yeah. She's so easy to talk to.
She's like my therapist.
Yeah.
Because obviously everything about our bodies and our everything is all connected to the inside.
Yeah.
It's not what's happening out there. It's what's happening in here.
Yeah.
So I end up talking to her about things that I don't talk to anybody about, which is crazy. So I feel like I need to send her more money, but like hourly money. But I love working out with her. She's helped me do all that stuff. So I'm really strict about it. But this is one thing that I do that's funny with her. And this may be kind of sick and it's kind of weird, but I find old fat pictures of myself and I send them to her with no explanation.
She's like, happy Tuesday.
I don't even say anything. I just send a picture of myself when I was fat.
What does she respond with?
She
looking way better than before.
What do you say when somebody sends you
thanks,
unsolicited fat pictures? And I get so mad with my friends when they go, oh, but you didn't look bad. Just stop. Just stop it already. I think I look adorable now.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
I didn't look adorable then. I'm sorry.
I don't remember you ever being fat, but also you're so petite. I can't really tell.
I'm 4'10".
Yeah.
So that 30 extra pounds was like, let's just think 80 pounds.
Yeah,
think
totally.
100 pounds.
Yeah, I'm 5'9". So
yeah,
so
y'all got places to put it.
We can hide it in little pockets everywhere and layer it. No, that makes sense.
There's zero place for me to put it.
Yeah,
there is no place. So I do that with her. So I think it's funny. I have no idea what I'm going to tell you. But so okay, I do want one thing I want to ask you.
Yeah.
So you were doing the exercise, you're doing that, and I know on your videos, I do stalk you. I know
I love a good stalking. I'm here for it.
I'm a very healthy stalker. I just love it so much. It makes me so happy. I want to live vicariously through you because there's so many things that I can't say as a business owner.
Yeah, exactly.
And things that run through my brain and go, I can't say that.
Yeah.
That's got to stay right here. So I love watching you and listening to you because you say things that I want to say and things but I'm a business owner, so I can't say it, that kind of stuff. Maybe later. But you were talking about when y'all went on your vacation, what looked amazing,
oh my gosh,
by the way.
Fun. We went to Tulum. Yeah, never been. We're big fans of Mexico.
I love Mexico.
It was so much fun. We love Mexico.
I think I have Mexican heritage somewhere.
Yeah, we love it.
Something that happens to me every time I go to Mexico. I just love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
So y'all went there, but you said that future you wishes that past you had done some things.
Yeah.
So are there some things that you like kind of wish you could change but really don't have motivation to, or something in your life that you have changed and you're glad you have? Is there something you're working on?
A little bit of both. I feel like as a whole, I'm 38 and I feel like I'm 10 times more confident now than I was when I was 28. And I looked way better then, but I had no idea. It's always like the past reflecting. But I think overall, I'm just a more secure person in myself. Like, I like me. Like, of course, everyone wants to like lose some weight or tone up or tan up, whatever. But I genuinely I like who I've become. And I think I'm but hopefully going to get better and better as the years go on. But I think there's that confidence that I just did not have for so long. I don't know, either caring too much about what other people think or just being insecure. I don't know. But I like getting older. I think it's, a really fun adventure, and I feel better every year. So
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I
I
love
like it.
getting older. And I pure get aggravated when I'm getting old.
yeah, I'm like, I don't care.
Or like, I'm getting old. And I'm going, no, you're not. Shut up. I mean, but I like being older. I am more confident. I still kind of work on that people-pleasing thing. Because the amount of energy and time I spend making a decision because I'm worried about what somebody's going to think is stupid.
Yeah,
and
that's hard.
I'm trying to get better at that. And I am better. But that comes from growing up in a family of addiction. You become that people pleaser,
trying to make everybody happy,
taking care of everybody, the hero child, so all that stuff. That's a story for Jennifer.
Totally. Pin it for Jennifer.
So, is there anything that you do on a regular basis to help yourself stay grounded? Because you've got a lot of challenges. You've got, you've got an autistic child.
Yes, I do. He's 9.
Crew. And you never know how you're gonna. Because I promise you, if you've gone back in time and somebody told you that this is what you're going to be living with, you would have not known how you would do it.
Totally.
But you do it.
Yeah.
So tell me.
Well, I think, I get told a lot like, oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it. Right. And which is a loaded gun. Always beware of asking people like, how do you do it? It's like nobody wants to do hard things. Like, I don't go, I would really love to do something hard. That sounds terrible. I mean, it just does.
I just love it.
Yeah, I just love doing hard things. It's so much fun. But when you don't have other options, it is what it is. And so you have to suck it up and move forward. Like you can't, what are we to just dwell in it and let it just eat us alive? Like, no. And Steven said a really wise thing. I think Crew was like maybe 3. He was like, okay, this is enough. And I was like, what? He's like, we're done mourning him. And I was like, what? He's like, okay, so we're done. We're going to move on and we're going to have a happy life and it's going to be great. But we're not going to mourn what could have been forever. And it just was like mind blowing to me. I was like, what? But it was true because it was a death. It was a death of the life you thought you would have, the relationship, the future. It blows up my relationship with my husband. It changes work. I mean, everything is always kind of centered of like, what are we doing, with Crew, which is totally fine. But there is a like, okay, because we can't let it just eat us alive, And so sometimes I feel people trying to pull me into a pity party sorrow. And I'm just like, that's not for me. Like you can be sad about Crew, but I've already moved on. And so I have to stay here where I'm happy and you can't take me with you. Like you can be sad, but let me know when you need help getting out. I don't know, But it's precious to me. My mental health is very important. Being happy is very important to me. And so I just kind of guard it. I just don't, the outside noise of like parenting judgment or you should do this, you didn't do that, whatever. I'm just like, oh, that's your opinion. But over here, I'm safe and I'm happy and I just wall it out. Like I really do. Because you'll have so much of it. You already get so many opinions at being a mom. People being like, you should do this, you should. And then you add special needs and it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's constant. And I'm like, okay, we're doing our best. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Your best is enough.
That is so amazing. I'm just mic drop about Steven saying that. But
it was incredible.
But it's such a simple, it's not complicated. It's a simple thought.
Yeah.
A simple, okay,
we're done.
We're done.
We mourned it and we're done
anymore. Yeah. And there is absolutely zero power in regretting or trying to change the past.
Totally.
You can't do it.
You can't.
Yeah. And I have to live that a lot with addiction because my family, my whole family.
Yeah.
I mean, I have very few members of my family that aren't addicts and alcoholics.
So hard.
And it is
so hard.
It is consuming.
Oh,
and people sometimes say, well, how do you, I go, well, I had to make the decision that if my family members went down a horrible, horrible road, that I couldn't travel that road with them because I couldn't change it,
Exactly.
And you have to make that. Now, do I visit it sometime? And sometimes I'll go back there and I go, I can't. I can't change it. And sometimes I feel guilty that I'm so happy.
Yes, that's really tricky. Yeah, guilt of feeling happy.
Because
that's a real thing.
I'm very happy in the middle. I mean, I know it's weird, but this is not a fake happy. This is a real, guttural, deep joy that I feel even when life can be really messy.
Well, things can be good and hard at the exact same time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be two different things. They can still be a good situation. You can find the hope in whatever, even though the situation is really difficult,
I love that. I may have to write a blog about that. I won't use Steven's name. But I have to write a blog about that because that is absolutely life-changing for me. So but you do have some days where crew gets to go to a school and
Yes,
stuff
so
like
he
that?
does ABA therapy, so he does it in the mornings, most mornings. So I kind of like line up all my meetings.
Oh, yeah.
But he tags along to all of our. We're doing construction projects all over downtown, and he's on my side with me. Or
It's awesome.
we get babysitters here and there. Obviously, like I said, we live next door to my parents, so they've been a huge help. But he's real used to being at job sites. He's gotten good at it. He's at the restaurant. We have a little chair for him at the restaurant. He sits in the back. He acts like he owns the place. But
that's cool. See, I drag JJ and
it's like, come on, buddy, we gotta go.
Yeah,
Mama's gotta work.
I drag in my mind, in my imagination, when I start speaking different places in different towns, I imagine taking them with me and them just being my assistants while I'm talking to people and stuff like that.
Totally.
So you've changed that. You said you got more confidence and everything. So what is something that in the back of your mind you could wish you could change, or you think about it sometimes, but you just haven't done it yet? Is there anything?
I do need to start working out. I think it would be good for my stress, for sure. That's on my to-do list for this summer. And it's not even like I said, like medium good looking kind of thing. It's like I'm not trying to get ripped, but I just think like for me, I need a cutoff point. I think it's really tricky being an entrepreneur and a mom. I work with my husband. I also work with my family. I manage some properties and stuff like that with them. And there's no shut off. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's 11 o'clock and we're still talking about work. And I told my husband one night, I was like, I was just about to fall asleep and you brought up work and now I'm spiraling. So I'm thinking like maybe the exercise, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go ride on the bike for 20 minutes and then I'm going to try to get back to bed. There's the shut off. We haven't figured out the shut off yet, but we're working on it. Of just like the middle ground of like, when do we stop working? Like, when does it, like when do you go, okay, it's 8 p.m. We're not talking about work anymore. Let's talk about something else,
Well, I understand
balance is like, it's tricky. So we need to,
Well, see, because Hugh and I work together. My sweet husband, we work together.
Yes.
And so we talked a lot about work and stuff like that. And lucky for me, and I used to be a workaholic.
Yeah.
I really did, to the extreme.
Yeah.
I'm not that way anymore, but I enjoy work.
I do like to work.
I love work.
Yeah.
So
I like being busy, and I get a lot of fulfillment through work. Like, I know I'm a good worker. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be the smartest person there, but I'll outwork you. You know what I mean? And I like that. So I get a lot of confidence from it, but I do need okay, shut it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go night-night.
And
let your brain rest, girl.
Well, I'll tell you, it is the truth about it, though, because I started doing weight training 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I kind of tend to be a little neurotic about everything I do.
Not you. No.
I mean, and I think that's a trait of people, entrepreneurs, and people who are achievers and stuff like that.
Because it takes so much work to get it done. You have to be a little crazy about it, or it won't work out.
I am a little crazy about it.
You have to go all the way.
So, like, when I started working out, I've always worked out off and on, but never to the dedication level that I've done it with. Because I woke up one day. It was after COVID, when I almost died during COVID, and I just said, I've got 2 children to raise. Something's going to change. I am going to really focus on my health. And plus, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of it was vanity because I grew up in a family where none of the women were overweight. I was the only woman that was ever overweight. I knew my mom, skinny little thing till the day she died. My grandmother, just darling and petite, never wore more than a size 1 or a 2.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
Disgusting. And and here I was, and I was plump, I was fluffy, but because I was cute and had a good personality, I got away with it.
Yeah, totally.
So, but I didn't like it. I didn't feel confident about myself.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when I made that jump, I am so neurotic about working out that I have to have a conversation with Jennifer if I'm really, really, really sick, which has only been once or twice in 2.5 years. Is it okay for me to not work out? I mean, I will go work out no matter what.
Yeah, it's like your safe spot.
So she has to explain to me, it's okay.
Yeah, let your body rest.
It's okay because I injured myself.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find a way around working around the injury.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was working out a lot. My husband and I lived in Chicago for a little bit after we got married, and I was working out a lot with a trainer there, and I would work out so hard, and I would be almost crying, halfway through working out. And it was it was just, I was venting. It was very emotional. Crew just got diagnosed and was all this stuff. And he's been such a terrible sleeper. So as the years have gone on, I've kind of transitioned out of working out and to letting my mind rest. So if it comes down between working out or napping, I'm choosing napping because I'm up so much. He might not sleep at all that night. And so it's I've really been kind of taking care of myself and being rest mentally, go to sleep. It's okay. You need it.
Yeah. So
But,
sleep
yeah.
is the perfect time for us to break, right? Lacy, we were talking off air. That sounds fancy too, doesn't it?
That does fancy.
We were talking off air.
On the DL.
Yeah. So this is so cool. And I do feel really grateful, really kind of like big time because I have sponsors.
So cool.
I know.
That's incredible.
Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
that is a big deal.
So, and I was always embarrassed to ask people. But what was the cool thing is they kind of just naturally evolve. So one of my sponsors, obviously Beachy Beach, they kind of have to because, they love me and they like what I do. So they help me out. But the other one is Bay Tax. So have you ever heard of cost segregation?
No.
Okay, I had not either. So cool. So you may want to know about this.
Yeah.
I'm about to teach you something.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach Lacy something. I'm so excited. So cost segregation is a tax strategy where what they'll do, you know how when you have a building, especially the buildings that you do, that your family does, you get to take depreciation on the different pieces, parts of it, and you do it over the course of 40 years. Your accountant does that.
Wow, that's really cool.
But what you do now with the cost segregation, you compact it all in a short amount of time. So instead of taking over the course of 40 years or 30 years, you take it in like 1 year.
Wow.
And it's legal. It's a tax strategy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And they generally say that your building needs to be at least $500,000 in value or in worth
to make it worth it.
it.
Totally, that makes sense.
This building is like, I don't know, a few million.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And it saved me so much on my taxes.
Gosh, I have to check that out.
And it was on the year that I sold part of my business.
Oh, wow.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
So his name is Brian Yormack with Bay Tax.
Okay.
They also do ERC credits, and I did this too for people like you and I who kept people employed during COVID.
Yeah.
And not one person lost a job, not one person lost a day's work during COVID.
Incredible.
I was able to keep everybody working.
That's incredible.
So Bay Tax, their name, all their information will be in the show notes. You can get them, and I'll give you his information. The other precious people, remember I was bragging and showing you my summer kitchen?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's so sick. I love it.
Isn't it awesome?
You're just going to open the door. I'm just in the back grilling by myself. Like, I love it.
I
It's really cool.
Well, and when I showed you that beautiful aqua, it had to match my colors. So I've got a gorgeous summer kitchen. It's by Nature Cast. The people that did it are the Final Touch Design.
Wow.
And what they do is they mainly do bathrooms, kitchens, summer kitchens, stuff like that. And they kind of say, hey, listen, let us be the people to put the final touch on what you do.
Wow.
It's Skip and Marsha Wall. They're amazing people. And they're kind of like groupies of mine. They go to a lot of my talks, and so they're great encouragers to me.
Awesome.
I've also been and spoken to their business because I'll do that. I will go and speak to businesses.
Oh, that's so cool.
To help them be happier and be kinder and more loving.
Yeah. Create a better work environment.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I thought that was natural. I thought everybody was just sweet and happy.
I don't think so.
I'm finding out that's not.
I don't think that's the case.
So that's how we're able to do my happy ass life with these sweet people. Isn't that awesome?
So cool.
I know. I'm so excited.
So proud of you.
So we were also talking off air. I'm gonna say that a lot. It makes me sound so cool. I know that you get spray tans.
Yeah.
And it cracked me up because you saw you that day where you got in a spray tan and your chest looked like you'd been in a dog fight.
Yeah.
And then a knife fight and all kind of stuff. And it was pretty rough. Well, so I thought about you last night because I went to get a spray tan. Why did I want to get a spray tan? I really wanted to get one before the duck race, but I didn't. So I thought, I want to be really cute today.
Yeah.
For
I
YouTube.
do love a spray tan.
Yeah. And it just makes
because I'm clear in real life. And I don't hold, I'll be out in the sun. I don't hold the color. Yeah. I just get freckles and moles. So I've always been fake tan. I love it.
Well, I do like that. I use the self-tanner on my legs and my arms, but it's weird because it's only on my legs and my arms. It's weird. So when I discovered the spray tan, that is just, I don't know, you just automatically feel, and Leanne Morgan talks about a lot. The comedian Leanne Morgan, she talks about getting spray tan.
Oh my gosh.
But so I went and got a spray tan last night, and you're supposed to put a shower cap on your hair and on your face. Well, I did it on my face, and it was fine on the front of my face because the shower cap kind of covered the front of my hair. It was midway through the spray
You're like,
tan.
oh no.
I went, oh, shoot, I didn't put anything on my hair. So the back of my head, my hair, my blonde hair is getting these brown blasts of this golden tan that I've got going on. So I had to go in the bathroom and put my head in the sink and try to rinse it out before so I'm kind of a novice at spray tans right now.
I love it. Well, fried chicken is more appealing than like raw chicken. Like that's my theory. Like the color, just a little color, you just look so much better.
Well, my husband always said that tan fat looks better.
It does. It's like I immediately just shredded like 10 pounds. Like what cellulite? It just looks so much better.
Well, you know what?
It's crazy.
There's something to that because don't you notice that all the bodybuilders, you never see a bodybuilder that doesn't have a tan.
You just look healthier.
They go and get the tan. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do the tanning beds because I think those are. I did that when I was younger.
Yeah, totally.
But
I think that in high school, I did like the little sticker you put on your hip, the Playboy bunny sticker. Remember those? Oh my God. There'd be like a sun or a heart. Or
I put a heart.
Bunny. Yeah.
I'm a heart girl. Yeah, I put a heart. So yeah. I'm from Alabama.
Yeah.
And I was in the Baptist church. I couldn't have put a Playboy bunny. I would have gotten kicked out. You know what I mean? I eventually did, but whatever. So I also saw on one of your one of your Instagram things, you talked about Crew's 9th birthday, and you felt like you should get a present instead of Crew getting a present.
100%.
Like you're the one that pushed him out.
Well, my older brother does that whenever
that's hilarious.
For his birthday. He always does a post about my mom because he's just like, it's really her birthday. Like, look what she did for me. And I was like, yeah, I totally think I should get a present. Like, you're absolutely right. Like, I did all the work. I'm raising you. You're welcome. Where's my gift?
And I hate to break it to you. You kind of raise them forever.
Oh, yeah, literally.
So just know that going in. You know what I mean? So as long as
no
you know
end in sight. Like,
no end in sight. No end in sight. Okay. And then I had another one where you said that this woman said that she did, I think it was a TED Talk about people who swear live longer.
Yeah.
So that means that you and my daughter
I'm gonna live
to 150.
Yeah, I'm gonna live forever. I mean, I finally broke my mom where she was like, okay, I'm getting okay with you cussing sometimes because I have a very religious family and I'm not cussing at anybody.
Right,
it's just like I basically have a sailor's mouth and I'm like, I'm not sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
She's like, I get it. You're just like being silly. I'm like, my bad.
Yeah. Well, my problem is on the golf course.
Oh, okay.
I don't do it as much because I really do try to watch it now because I got these 2 little kids in the house and I really try. So and I don't cuss when I'm mad.
Exactly. I don't either.
I cuss it to express myself or to be silly.
Yeah. Like I'm so excited.
Yeah. Or silly, but on the golf course, I do cuss on the golf course when I'm mad. Yeah. Because I get really mad on the golf course. And my kids think it's hilarious because I never get mad. I'm happy like this when I wake up.
Competitive. Yeah.
Golf, I get so I mean, I've even thrown a club before.
Oh my God.
I've thrown a club. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I have quit. I mean, it's awful. I don't do it anymore. I'm chill now about golf. I mean, I still get aggravated because it's the dumbest sport ever.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only sport in the world that you go one day and you are amazing.
Yeah.
You go back the next day, you're like, you've never done it before. How does that happen?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's like you never saw a golf club.
I wouldn't mind just having a cocktail and riding on the golf cart. Well, that's more my style. I'll be like the ride along.
But see, I don't even drink.
Yeah, see, I'll just sip on something, but that's I don't know.
I don't drink. I just love being out there, and I literally will play 36 holes in a day. Oh I'll play 18, go get a bite to eat, and go out and play 18 more.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I've actually played 2 rounds of 18 and then another 9 before that's what I've done one time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You really do like golf.
Well, I told you I'm a little neurotic about everything I do. So the other thing I want to ask you about is the one where you had Theo Vaughn. And I'm going to have to paraphrase because it's got some saucy.
There was some saucy
language, and I like Theo Vaughn.
I just saw him in Tallahassee and about died. I was peeing my pants. He's hilarious.
Love him. Yeah. I love him.
He's a really interesting person too. Like he's had a hard life, and he's a really fun perspective.
He's very smart.
He's very smart, very articulate, and I love his comedy.
And I've even seen him interview political people, which I don't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, but he's really hilarious.
But he does it beautifully. So Theo Vaughn was on. You showed a little clip of him about
what the
Yeah,
F?
like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what the F I'm doing.
But I'm going to show up every day and do it.
Do a lot of it, you know? And then you were talking to a friend and she said, I don't know what I'm doing. You said, listen, none of us know what we're doing.
Nobody does. Whether it's business, I mean, I have a barbecue restaurant. I'm doing a mixed-use building downtown, the Mashburn building. It's 20,000 square feet. I've never done that before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just figuring it out as I go. It's asking the right people. It's having the guts to start it. And it's just outworking everyone.
I love that.
You got to outwork. Yeah, outwork everybody.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to do it, and like I said, ask the right questions to the right people, not everyone's opinion can count. That was something that was really difficult for me.
Real
in
hard.
my 20s is not everyone's opinion matters. So you got to ask the right people the right questions. Because if you try to make everybody happy, no one's actually happy. You're just diluting what makes you special. And so that's really important. But yeah, in the end, like my cousin just had a baby. She's like, we didn't, she was texting me. She's like, I'm in labor. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, my son is 9. I don't know what I'm doing. There's a autism mom that I love that I follow. And she said, she's got a shirt that says, this is my first rodeo. And it's like, that is like the theory for life with me now. It's like, this is my first rodeo too. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Or, in any situation, I've never done it twice or I've never done it 3 times. So it's always your first time. But yeah, it's like, just do it. Like, you'll figure it out. It always somehow, it's just such a God thing. It just somehow it always kind of works out.
It does.
And just how it's supposed to, it'll work out.
And I'm really suspicious of people that act like they have it all together.
I think it's
I'm real suspicious of that.
Yeah, it's like, must be nice knowing everything. You don't.
Because I've got some friends like that.
Yeah.
And I tend to not talk to my friends like that. Like if I have something inside of me, which is why I ended up talking to Jennifer.
Yeah, you don't want to confide in them because they just think they know everything about it. And it's like, you don't. When I'm like that with people who act like everything in their life is perfect. Or, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have this life. I'm so blessed to have this husband, and this is so perfect. And I'm like, I know you guys, and y'all are not doing well.
Yeah.
You're faking it. I'm not saying you have to, tell everybody your insight life gossip online. I get that, and it's not for everybody. But, let's back it up. Because what happens is other people look at that, and they go, why isn't my life like hers? But in reality, that's pretend. That's all for show. That's not real. So you can't compare the two because you don't know who's pretending and who's not.
Well, and it's just, and the thing about it is like they say, comparing your insides to somebody else's outsides.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. And that's why.
That's so true.
For me, over the years, I'm really learning to be, and I'm at 66. And I still don't have that part figured out because I really was born, I know it sounds hokey, but at age 10, I made a decision that I wanted to make life brighter and sweeter for other people.
Oh, I love it.
And that's what I was here for.
Yeah.
Period. That's what I was here for. And I've always felt that way.
Yeah.
I've never, when people were mean to me, I never was mean back. I don't even know, I'm slightly...
that's a big thing to carry as a little kid too.
I just don't know how to be mean. I don't know. I still don't know how to be mean, and I don't understand when people are mean, and it breaks my heart. Like when I'm watching what's going on in politics today, and watching a certain segment of people call the other segment idiots, or I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. My little heart can't conceive it. And I'm missing the person that understood that. My husband got me.
Yeah.
My husband has been gone 7 years now.
I can't believe that.
And he was the kindest, sweetest human that ever walked the face of the earth. He was so sweet, and he was my biggest champion, and he thought I was amazing. And he thought I was an angel. I mean, he told his friends he thought I was really an angel, which... I don't mean that weird that your husband tells.
So sweet.
It's crazy, but it was so wonderful.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying that to make people sad because he's gone. I've carried that into my life now, and I've tried to carry all the things forward. But I'm saying, as a 66-year-old, I'm really trying to become more authentic, more who I was put here to be, and figuring it out along the way because that's how you become what you're supposed to, and that's what you're doing.
Totally.
And you've kind of given me permission to do that with your reels.
I love it. I love that.
And you didn't know
so
that.
Happy. No, I had no idea.
You thought it was just for fun.
I mean, literally, it's just like.
And you didn't know you were an inspiration, but you've been an inspiration to me.
Well, like I mentioned before with Crew and his autism, he's such a terrible sleeper and something we're always struggling with. I really am. I'm running on fumes all the time. So if I had the energy to pretend to be someone else, maybe I would. But I just don't. I just really don't. It's like I showed up, I'm here, and I brushed my teeth. And honestly, you're welcome. You know, it's like it is what it is. I don't have it in me. You know, high school ended a long time ago. We're not all trying to be the same person anymore. And if I try to dilute who I am to be more like whoever, then I'm not special at all. Like I don't like dressing exactly like everybody else. I don't like there's everything with me. I'm just kind of like I just kind of like being on my own little path, and it's happy over there. Like I like it. You know, I like to do my own thing.
Yeah, I'm in my own little world too.
Yeah,
I'm very
nice.
happy in my world, and even though, and you found this out about me when I went to that function, the redfish thing is I am not comfortable in big groups.
I could not.
And people
that blew my mind.
Doesn't it blow your mind?
You were like, I've kind of I'm socialed out for the day, and I was like, it's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can't.
And she's like, Karen was like, I can't do it anymore. I was like, I love this.
No, I have spent so much of my life wanting to be like my friends who were like that, and people don't believe me when I tell them that because they think that because I'm kind and loving and gregarious and outgoing, that I'm comfortable in these big social situations. I am not at all. I was really uncomfortable 10 minutes in.
That's crazy.
10 minutes in.
Yeah.
I saw all the people I wanted to see.
And you're like, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah. You know, and also I don't drink.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of an oddball there. You know, and I want to ask people deep questions like, you know, what is really on your heart today?
Yeah.
People don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? I want to get deep. You know, I'm not surface at all. And so that's why my husband and I were so perfect together because he was also the same way, and we just loved quietness, which that people are shocked about that. I spend a lot of time. I love alone time.
Yeah.
I get up at 4 a.m. so I can have a lot of alone time. And so again, as a young person, I wanted to be different.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the world. Like I've never gone on a girls' trip in my life.
You should totally do that.
I don't have.
Oh my God.
I don't really have girlfriends.
What?
I don't.
You should come to Greece with us.
I know people, but I just don't. I don't know.
Well, you've been probably too busy raising babies.
Yeah, I'm raising babies, and I'm doing it.
And kids and businesses. And
I'm on the second round of raising kids.
I know. So like you're busy, girl. I get it.
God thinks I'm so good at being a single parent. I should do it twice.
Yeah, he's like, let's try that second time around.
And you know, you mentioned something earlier about that when Stephen finally said, "Hey, we're going to stop mourning this."
Yeah,
I will be very honest with you. That is something that I have had a hard time with. It's not something I've spoken about, but I'm going to speak about it so it might help someone out there.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I'm raising my grandkids. And I've been raising them mostly since they were 4 and 6. There was a short interim there where I gave them back to their father and stayed there a while. It didn't work out, and I have them, and I know I'll have them forever, which is okay. But I was kind of aggravated because I was going, I've raised my kids. I want to be a grandmother. I don't want to be a parent.
Yeah.
Because
it's a big difference.
I looked at myself and I thought, well, wait a minute. I screwed up the first time.
No.
I didn't do a good job the first time.
No.
How can I expect to do it? So I had a lot of that. And I finally had to say to myself, Karen, you can wish it all you want, but this is your life. Yeah. And I was trying to fit all my life into this life, and you can't do it. You got to figure out what are the things you can do, what are the things you can't do, what can you leave off, you know, all those things like that. So
totally, I love that. That's
so I'm working on it. You know,
doing a good job.
You're
doing a really good job.
I want to end with this has been. I will tell you that I'm going to have you on again just to have an excuse to spend this time with you. I mean,
well, we just have stories forever. You and I just like be bopping around. And I'm determined to get you on a girls' trip, whether you like it or not. I'm just going to drag you. I could probably fit you in my bag. I'd be like,
well, the
girl.
only way I would go is if everybody would be cool with me sitting back and reading a book by myself a lot. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I do like to dance and swim I like to do anything that's active. I'm like, I am a super, but I'm also very happy sitting on the beach all day reading a book.
Yeah, I love
and drinking my cappuccinos.
Oh gosh, love.
That's my jam. Yeah. So if there's anything, I know your family is, you know, your brother. Oh, thank God. I don't get into politics, but I did tell everyone I knew, please go vote for
Yeah,
Alan.
my brother is mayor. How insane is that?
And that was a darling video you did about that. And when you
I
got
was so excited.
when you got teary about
he
it.
worked so hard on that campaign, and he did it the right way. He didn't trash anybody.
No.
He was just completely like, hey, you run your race and say weird things, and I'm going to run it the right way. And I'm so glad that God blessed him with guiding the community. We're really excited.
Listen,
we're so proud of him.
But I love the way he's done every single business.
Yeah.
Like I freaking love history class.
Love.
Best pimento cheese
yes.
ever on the planet.
Yes.
I save up my macros so I can have that pimento cheese and the wings. Oh my God, I love them.
And El Weirdo.
I love the vegetarian taco.
Yes, everyone says that, and that's so funny. Like it's like not even vegetarians. I mean, I'm not a vegetarian. That's my favorite taco.
I love
so
that taco.
Good. Yeah.
It has Brussels sprouts and cauliflower.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it sounds weird, but it's
so good.
Off the chain.
It doesn't even smell like fart because I know Brussels sprouts are a little sus. It's actually really good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But so he's just brought the same, but I'm not surprised. My husband always had an expression, and he got it from somebody else. Don't remember his name. He said, how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I think it's so important to be who you are everywhere, which is why I talk all the time about people say it's just business. I go, hell no. Business is business and life is business. It's all the same.
I was a homeschool kid. My mom homeschooled all of us.
Oh, wow.
Until high school. And so I remember starting high school at Bay High and, about to poop my pants. And I was so intimidated.
Wow.
So scared. And my parents said that they're like, hey, we went to Bay High. We've been business owners in the community, for like 100 years or something crazy. And they're like, your reputation can be gone in 2 seconds. And you can't ever build it back up.
Nope.
It's so hard. So they're like, beware. So it was really important about how we are reflected as a family of business owners in the community. Like we're good Christian people who pay their bills and treat their employees well. And, things like that. It's really important. But it started, going to high school and being like, okay, get ready. Like this is the real world and your reflection on all of us. It was really intimidating, so I totally get that.
I just love it. It makes me so happy. So I just love it. I love what Alan's done. And I'm so happy we're downtown now.
Oh my gosh, I love having you downtown. Your neighbors with Yard Bark. I know.
I'm so happy down there. I just love it when I'm there.
Is it not the best energy? And it's like people who are like creative and cool who are so encouraging. Like with all of our projects, everyone is hyped. Like they love it. They want you to succeed. Like we have a saying with downtown. It's like, if one of us fail, we all fail.
Oh,
nobody
100.
wants anyone to go out of business. We're always trying to strategize. Have you done this for marketing? Have you done that? And it's so encouraging. It's such a great little walkable, especially with the streetscape done now. Oh my gosh, it's like Charleston or something.
I love it.
So cute.
And I
they
tell people
so hard
all the time when people ask me, I go, have you been to downtown Panama City? Not in years ago. Oh no.
Yeah, like you gotta say it now.
You gotta go now.
You go like on a Thursday night with the live music everywhere.
It's
amazing.
A perfect way to. I could probably sit here and talk to you all daggum day long.
Now we're getting to real estate. It's like, oh gosh, here we go.
But I do have to pick up Jet from school. He does expect me to show up and pick him up from school, and he'll be hungry as soon as he gets
hello. Where's my cheese stick?
I can so relate. Do you ever hear Leanne Morgan?
I'm obsessed with Leanne Morgan.
I am obsessed.
Yeah. I'm hungry. Got any cheese?
Oh, yeah. Got cheese. Well, see, that's the first thing Jet says in his car. I'm starved.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Like, seriously? Are you really dying?
So do you know how many times we go to Chick-fil-A right when we get, out of there? It's crazy, but I love Leanne Morgan. She's so funny. A friend of mine actually is friends with her. So I'm going to have to make her introduce me to her.
Yeah. Let's be her best friend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll go to girls trip with them. Yeah. But so I want to think about, as we end today, I think that I'm so happy and excited about our life as a community. And I think so much of it happened through tragedy and loss and through remaking. When Hurricane Michael came and we were totally dismantled, we either had to figure out a way forward or stayed mired in our mess. And we didn't. We didn't. We rose as a community. We rose together. And I think that is the mindset that we have here. That's definitely my mindset. And I'm hoping that through this medium, through your medium, we show people that, you know what, life does get kind of messy.
Totally.
And you have things that you don't expect, like raising grandkids, having an autistic child who you might have wanted to be different, but this is what you have, and you make the absolute best
Yeah.
and enjoy what you have because it's what you have.
And you have to find the humor and joy
Oh,
and
gosh,
the
yes.
minutia, or if not, you're just going to walk around
Yeah.
crying all the time. And
Yeah.
like nobody has, the liquids to do that.
No,
You've got to
no.
find some joy and giggle because, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
I think that's why I related to Laugh Camp.
Yeah, laugh camp. It's like you just
guess
got to
what?
do it.
My life is Laugh Camp.
Yeah.
I just like to laugh at myself. So do you have anything you want to share with anybody before we leave? Any parting words, anything that is on your heart?
No, I appreciate the social media so much. I have no idea how it blew up, but I mean, I get messages all the time of people being like, I cried in my bed all day and then I saw your video and it made me smile. And I'm just like, I'm crying to myself. Being like, the fact that I could give somebody joy like that, that's the whole point. Like making money and stuff, that would be great. But like the thought of like, I created joy for you is like mind blowing and it makes my whole life. I just love it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, I want to tell everybody how they reach you. How can people find you on Instagram,
so
Facebook,
it's Lacy Counts. It's Lacy, then counts, like you're counting numbers. But yeah, I have a Facebook, but I don't really use it. But basically it's just Instagram. And I have a TikTok that like, I just don't like TikTok. I can't figure that out. So yeah, Instagram it is. But I've got a list of projects that we're working on downtown and it's just lots of fun stuff. I'm going to start sharing more about construction stuff and me trying not to, scream at everybody.
Yeah. And you're going to come and share one of your projects with us at Beachy Beach, which I'm really excited about that. So I'm so happy to be a part of it downtown and happy to be a part of your life somewhat. And so thank you, Lacy, so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. My first podcast. I love it.
Thank you. And I'm so happy I'm your first podcast.
Ever. I've never done one ever. So hopefully I didn't mess it up.
Oh my God. It makes me so excited. And so thank you to this amazing audience. I've got the most precious, happy asses out there. I love them. You make my life so much brighter and sweeter. And we hope we just give you back a little bit. But I end every single time by saying, be sweet, y'all.
Love it.
Bye.